What's up, everybody? We are back. Rodney is not here today as he wasn't in the Wednesday news episode or Monday Mayhem as well. He decided to be a Tool and go see Tool. Who can blame him? Tool's pretty badass. But we are here to talk about There's Something About Mary. Yes, comedy. I feel like we haven't done a comedy in a while, so it's a nice...
What was the last comedy we did?
I can't remember. It's a nice change of pace. But we'll be right back to like action with some Van Damage next week. What movie though? Be ready for that. But yeah,
Get this plot up.
you gonna get that plot up, bro?
Yeah. So the plot of There's Something About Mary. Ted's dream prom date with Mary never happens due to an embarrassing injury at her home. Years later, Ted hires Pat Healy to track down Mary so he can reconnect with her. Pat lies to Ted about Mary, and he finds out everything he can about her to trick her into dating him. Ted travels to meet Mary and has to weave through the web of lies that Pat and Mary's friend Tucker have woven to try and win her over.
Beautiful.
I love the plot, like original plot, I feel like.
Oh yeah, it's great. Solid ass plot.
What we got for runtime and everything, Tyler?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for my phone to load.
Is that it? Well, if you weren't talking on the phone.
Okay, it came out in
Weird phone.
1998. The runtime
Facts.
is an hour and 59 minutes.
Facts.
Budget, let's do this.
Facts. I'm sorry.
I'll just say the budget is $23 million.
Gross 230.
Worldwide, it grossed $370 million. That's crazy. So that's $370 million for. I mean,
It's a big time comedy.
It
It's one
really
of the more
was.
popular ones, for sure.
Ben
Stiller, man. Yeah, I think we said it at the same time. Jinx, double Jinx. You owe me a Coke. I got a beer though, so we can wait on that. Awesome. Actors and characters in the movie. If you're done with that.
Yeah.
Ben Stiller, of course. I mean, what can you say about Ben Stiller? One of his best, if not his best.
This is his favorite movie of his.
Oh, I believe it. Yeah, dude. It's one of his best, if not his best. It's debatable, but I mean, honestly, it's right there. Of course, Cameron Diaz looking beautiful. She's one of those weird ones for me, Cameron Diaz, where like she's still attractive, but I think she was hotter younger. I know that sounds weird, but I feel like usually like when a chick's still attractive when she's older, it's like, good God, she's even hotter now somehow.
Age like 5.
Yeah, you either like get hot and only get hotter, or you get hot or fall completely off. She's like that weird in between where she was like...
Never been a big fan of her.
Really?
In any way.
Damn, dude. Not even when she's dancing around in her Spider-Man underwear and Charlie's Angels?
Nope.
Yeah, I love her in this movie. She's solid enough. I'm not a huge fan either, but she's good in here. It's definitely one of the first ones I think of her for sure. And Matt Dillon, man, he was something else in this movie. Chris Elliott, good old Woogie. Lee Evans, Tucker. Lynn Shay, Magda. Marky Post, Sheila Jensen. W. Earl Brown, Warren Jensen. Jeffrey Tambor, the mayor of Whoville himself, Sully. Keith David of The Thing fame. Yeah, Childs. Yeah, motherfucker. Sarah Silverman, she's always great. Maybe could use a couple more scenes even. She's funny as hell.
For sure.
And Willie Garson, Dr. Zitface. Nice. That's the, what is it, 6, 9, 12 characters they have at the top, so that's what we will name.
So who was your all's favorite character?
Damn, son. We doing this right now.
Man. I don't want to say like Ben Stiller or Matt Dillon. I'll go with Woogie.
Yeah, Woogie was
His
great.
friend Woogie,
With
yeah.
the hives or whatever?
With the
Yeah, the
hives, he
zits.
just keeps breaking out worse and worse.
Yeah, I know mine. Easy. Fucking Matt Dillon, dude. Matt Dillon steals the fucking
definitely
show.
does.
Dude, he's the fucking hilarious in this movie, dude.
I'm going to say Warren.
What? You really did not like this movie.
Warren was awesome,
He
dude.
cracked anytime someone touched his fucking ear.
Yeah.
Dude, Warren was great.
Yeah.
Franken
I
beans,
mean,
Franken beans. That's the best
When
shit,
he
dude.
sees him 15
No,
years later.
Yeah. You see my baseball? This is the
Dude,
best
yeah,
shit.
that was quoted.
Oh, dude,
That's one of the most
Warren was the
quotable.
best, dude. He is awesome. Like, I don't blame you at all for him being your favorite character. He might be my second favorite character.
I mean,
I love when he
you could
picks
very
him up
easily-
and he's just like, trying to like hitting him in the fucking forehead with them open palm strikes. He's like, he broke it. I didn't break it.
Yeah, he always blamed everybody else.
Yeah, that's great. And he's like, oh man, you can't do that. Keith David's ready to, he's like, open up a can of whoop ass on you. Yeah, for sure, dude. Favorite character, no doubt.
What was the funniest scene to you? Because they were far and few between.
I got favorite scene on here
Oh.
too. Probably do that one before since it's fun. He's like the thing.
What are we
I don't
doing?
even really have. I had like a favorite scene, but I didn't fucking write it down. I was trying to like separate it. I'll just say it was cool as fuck. Even though it's not really funny, but it kind of is. Having like Brett. It ended up being Brett Favre.
Oh yeah.
That's
Brett.
kind of cool since I can't really think of my favorite scene right now. Every once in a while, I won't write something down. I'll just think it, and I can't remember. Done there with deleted scenes a couple times.
I only did funniest scenes. I don't have.
Yeah, I mean, my best scenes are the funniest scenes.
All right, let's hear them. Let's hear all 7 of them.
Just do one, and then we'll make our way back.
All right, I'll
If we didn't say
I'll go with whenever Ben Stiller picks up the hitchhiker, Harlan. Is that-
Harlan Williams.
Yeah, and he's like,
great,
I
dude.
got this business idea. He's like,
That's the best shit. Dude.
he's like, there's 7-minute abs. Get this,
8-minute abs.
8-minute abs.
Yeah.
He's like, get this, 7-minute abs.
He's just going.
Ben Stiller was like, well, what about when someone comes along and makes 6-minute abs?
He's like,
can't get a good
No.
workout in
He's
6
like, I
minutes?
said 7, man. Are you even listening? He's like, 6 minutes?
And
What
this
are you,
whole
crazy?
time, Harlan has a dead body in the car with him.
Yeah.
It's like,
And he
it's
hit
just-
him with the 2. He's like, what do you if you go to the rent a movie or go get a movie and you see 8-minute abs?
Yeah.
And you see 7-minute right next to it. Which one are you buying?
He's
And
like, yeah.
He's like, I see what you're saying here. He's like, you want to go in on a business together? Like all that shit.
That's funny, just meeting someone
Yeah.
for the first time and just like, you want to be a business partner? I got this great
Dude, he's
idea.
great. Because when you think of him, of course, you got Dumb and Dumber as the
Rocket
fucking
Man,
cop.
dude.
He's that drinks the beer like, you get the hell out of here. And my favorite of his, dude, Sorority Boys, is so fucking
Yeah.
underrated. He's great as Roberta. Roberta.
He's
Well,
also
then-
in. Oh, go ahead.
He's in all kind of half-baked.
The scene that leads to when they're interrogating
Yeah.
Ben Stiller, and they're like, how many times have you done this? Ben Stiller thinks he's talking about like picking up hitchhikers.
Yeah.
25, 30?
Yeah, that's the best shit.
And they're like, we're going to pin you.
He bangs his head. He's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, that shit was fucking great. Yeah, in the whole fucking scene, and the fucking guy, what's his name? Dad from Step Brothers. When he's
Yeah.
doing the therapy session, he's like, they say it's gay, or when it
Yeah,
ends
truck
up
stops
being
or
his
whatever.
actual fucking life. He literally was just like, I was just peeing, and the other dudes immediately were like, yeah, I was just peeing too. Like, that would suck so
They were
bad.
having like an orgy out in the.
Yeah,
Field.
that came to fruition.
Funniest scene for me was when he unloads his gun in the bathroom. Matt or his buddy was saying you can't go with a loaded gun. Masturbating in the bathroom.
caught what you're saying. I was smoking. I was
Yeah,
shaking
I
my
was
head.
like-
he was like looking for the cum.
Yeah, he's got his
And
ear.
then it's hanging from his ear, and she like
where'd it
grabs
go?
it and like puts it in her hair,
Need some hair gel.
and then her hair was like spiked up, and he was just like staring at it.
Oh yeah, my favorite funny moment is when fucking Matt Dillon gets all the information or whatever, and he
This is one
fucking
of mine. Yeah.
he's hitting playing golf or whatever. He's asked for tips. She wants no parts of him, and then he just starts pouring it all out there, dude. Like what
He
was
pulls
it?
out the
Nepal.
Nepal coins.
Nepal, that's what it was. Nepal. He's like, you've been in Nepal, and then like he's over there playing it all cool. He's even fucking. It's like, I already know you're married. He's like, how do you know? It's like, it's on your golf bag, and he like opens up all this architecture, flying sky, and he's like, God. And she's like, are you an architect? He's just like, it's just something I do, like. And then like the funniest shit, when
Yeah.
he's talking about the retard. He's like, my real passion's retards. And she's just like, isn't that a bit
That's
like
not
politically correct? He's just like, yeah. He's just like, we got this one kid, Mongo.
Yeah.
He's like, they keep him in a pen. He's just like, they keep him like caged in and closed. He's like, that's bullshit. He's like, that's what I said. So I went in and bought him a leash. It's like, we take him to movie theaters and everything. And I love what he says that. He's like, Mongo, like forehead, like a drive-in movie theater. Like he had me. That scene kills me out every time. The way he's explaining that
Yeah.
shit to her, just how oblivious
He thinks he's so
is.
smooth, but he's just like.
Yeah, dude. It's hilarious to be. You got other ones that you felt need to be named. Of course, the prom shit in the beginning is fucking
Yeah, I
classic.
mean,
like, take a
that's-
look at this.
Where'd you get the beans above the Frank?
Yeah, Frankie Beans. It's so fucking good.
Has that ever happened to y'all?
No,
Not that bad. Not that
You, like,
bad.
nicked it or something?
Yeah, it's the worst.
Dude, I tuck my shit in every time I zip.
Oh yeah, I'm scared. Growing up, I was over at my friend's house, and his neighbor friend zipped his in his zipper.
Like that bad?
Like they had to go to the hospital.
How do you? I
And
mean,
like his dick was like he couldn't get out. We were probably like 11, 12. And he had to go to the
and
hospital.
I've
Oh.
nicked it a few times, and now I'm like,
terrified.
every time I
Tuck.
pull the zipper. No, I pull the zipper up real slow and far away. Yeah.
Other funny scenes.
I mean, when Matt Dillon goes and meets the dog, and then he like drugs the dog, and then,
Yeah.
and then the dog like dies, and he brings it back to
he's
life.
Shocking it.
Yeah.
They come out. He's like, "Oh my god, he's got them all cuddled
Yeah,
up."
all in a blanket.
Yeah, all that shit.
One small scene I found really funny when they were bringing Ben Stiller out on the stretcher after he zipped his dick up, and they dropped the stretcher, which actually happened when they were recording.
Really?
And they stopped recording to make sure Ben Stiller was okay, and then picked it back up, and they're like, "That's great. Like, let's keep that in there." And they kept it in there, but they actually dropped him.
That's great, dude. That is awesome. There's one like scene. I'll save this for unimportant scene. I guess I got a couple unimportant scenes that are good to me for whatever reason.
Anything else?
I got a funny line.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
It's between Ted, Ben Stiller, and Woogie. Woogie says, "I mean, you got your dick stuck in a zipper," and he said, "I never told you that." And Woogie says, "Well, Christ, Ted, I only lived 4 towns away."
Yeah, like
Like
that's a
like
great
words
line,
spread
'cause
that fast.
I was thinking he screamed so loud. That's what I was thinking. Because he yelled and
well,
echoed
that might-
everything.
I feel
And I'll say Tucker, dude, with the fucking those things when he
Crutches.
dropped
Yeah,
that shit and he's like
dropped his
going in and
keys.
out and he's just like, "I got this." Like that shit was funny as fuck. I'll throw him some love right there too.
Well, Tyler, for
Yeah,
number scenes,
boobs.
You guys-
It's
you
been
should
so
have to
long.
shine.
It's been so long since I saw them. I didn't even write it down. There's 2 versions, and the one I saw is the grandma's tits.
Yep.
There's another version.
I think you see Cameron Diaz, right?
No, you see
pretty
him-
sure-
I don't think so.
You
Maybe
see
I
her
could be
outside
wrong.
boob.
You see her
Well,
tits, you know,
count
she's
it.
not wearing a bra.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Matt Dillon's looking with the binoculars. He's
Yeah.
like, and he's like, "I found her fucking flaw or whatever."
Chink in her armor, I think.
Yeah, that's what he says.
That's fucking great.
But yeah, there were boobs if you want to see old fake
Old
Grand
saggy
City.
tits. So location. Movie takes place in Rhode Island, which is where they originally live, and then they travel to Miami, Florida, which is where Mary actually moves to. And then the movie was actually filmed in Miami, Florida. So pretty simple.
Nice. Best unimportant scene. One scene that I love for some reason, I feel like most people don't like. I love the scene where like Matt Dillon's listening in on something and then like the shit, basically he knows he's fucked. It's when what's his name? I just fucking said his name with the damn what is his name? Fuck, how did I already lose it? You know what I'm talking about
Yeah.
though. The guy with the whatever those
Elliot.
are, crutches or
Is that
whatever.
his name?
I don't think so. I got it on my phone, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. When he's saying all this shit about him, I believe it's when he's saying something. There's a moment where like it goes all the way down to fucking Matt Dillon, and he's just turns around at the camera and he's like, "Fuck!" But there's something about the way they did it that is hilarious to me. Like they literally like used like a crane shot to come down and like fade in on him, and then like right as it approaches him, he hits him with that "fuck." Like it's so that reaction kills me out every time, and it's just like the way they approached it that makes it fucking work. That I think is like unimportant, but like really works for me. And then when Matt Dillon, you know, kills the dog, that reminds me of a situation in my life. I think I told it before, where me and my buddy RJ thought we killed his grandma's cat, but we were on this bed. And we were bored out of our minds, and the cat was under it, and the whole bed collapsed, and it hit us like a ton of bricks. We're like, "Oh my God, the cat was under it." And we were like, he was like, "Dude, like, that's my grandma. She'll fucking kill us." And we were like freaking out, kind of like how he was freaking out. And then we finally got the bed lifted up, and the cat was like coming out of the closet. So the cat was gay. It's the end of the story. But yeah, but I like that. For some reason, every time I see that scene now, it reminds me of that. Like just that fear that like the older grandma is gonna figure out like you killed, and then you're like, "Oh Jesus, Saved by the Bell." But yeah, Then dumbest or cringiest. I thought about this. And I thought I might even have one, but I didn't write it down. And then I was like, Rodney will just take care of it. If I remember it, I will. Not thinking that Rodney's not even going to be here. Yeah.
So I did have one. I feel like you all are going to like this scene, and you're going to say it worked. But the whole like band playing, just singing, like, I think that's super cringy, and I don't like that.
I love that.
I knew you were going to. I feel like Rodney loves it too, but
dude, it's awesome.
I don't really like it.
That's super cringe for me.
That's crazy to me. I think it's awesome how they just in random scenes. It's just like a cool touch. I love it.
Any goof styler?
When Mary and Pat are talking outside the golf club, the sun is shining on Mary. While whenever it cuts back to Pat, it is cloudy.
Oh, dang.
These goofs freaking suck. When Ted goes into Pat's apartment, there are several piles of dog poop on the landing by the floor. When he leaves, we can only see one pile. Who picked up the dog poop? I want to see that scene. I'm just going to...
I mean, yeah, if there's no...
that's a long one. In the shot where Ted ducks to avoid being mauled by Puffy, a hand can be seen on the left side of the shot throwing the prop Puffy out the window. So you can see someone actually throwing the dog out the window.
I didn't notice that. Surprise! I feel like that's one I would just see. It just sounds so obvious.
All right, Brandon. Deleted scenes?
There was none on my DVD copy. There's no deleted scenes. It's probably like what was in the unrated cut. That I watched, and I don't know. I know this movie pretty well, but I don't know it enough to decipher because I always watched the unrated cut, the original, whatever cut of it. Like I'd watch when I was younger, and that's far and away out of my mind. This is the definitive version to me. Yeah, ending. Did it deliver? I love the ending.
Yeah, the ending did deliver. Actually.
Brett fucking Favre coming in. That was great. The fucking. The whole, like, how, like, he played it like a man and was crying. I love that. And then she comes out, and he's like, yeah. And he's like, you forgot your keys. Like, that would be fucking the worst. You're like, I can't believe I did that. It's like, oh, Mary? Your keys. Like, okay, yeah. That was fucking perfect. I love, too, the band. Like, the one guy got, like, shot and shit. And all that was cool. They broke that up.
Did you think it?
I mean, I think it just barely delivered for me. I love the Brett Favre thing. That turns out to be Brett being a football.
Yeah.
Guy's like, that's Brett Favre.
I'm a 49ers girl anyways.
But, yeah, I think it barely delivered for me.
Like 60-40.
55.
Got you. Nice.
All right.
Trivia.
Okay. There's kind of a theme with most of this trivia. So I'll get the oddball one out of the way. Which two people from this movie were actually dating in real life during filming?
I want to say like Sarah Silverman, and Matt Dillon. Am I right? No, I'm just
Waiting for
Fuck, dude.
Doesn't have to be male, female either. It could be.
Isn't Sarah Silverman like a lesbian?
I think she's everything.
It's Matt Dillon, Cameron Diaz.
Correct.
I was about to say that
They were actually dating in real life.
sounds familiar.
Okay, so here comes the theme of the rest of these questions. So the studio was initially reluctant to allow Ben Stiller to play Ted. So the directors were ready to cast somebody else to play Ted. Who was going to play Ted if they didn't let Ben Stiller?
Oh, Jesus, dude. That could be anybody. From 90s to
Matt Dillon.
Jim Carrey.
Owen Wilson.
I could see that. That would still be good. Starsky Hutch.
Who was considered to play the part of Warren? Hint, he ends up dying while they were filming this movie.
Dude.
What?
1998.
And I would have loved...
Chris Farley. Holy shit.
Yeah, that's
after I read this, I was just picturing Chris Farley like attacking somebody from touching his ear.
Chris Farley.
That would have been fucking
Dude, he would have stole the show if it was him.
But then Warren kind of did anyway.
I know.
So.
So
who was considered to play Pat Healy? But here's your hint, was the directors thought he would be too old for the part.
Sean Connery.
Dude, I can't even think of people.
There's a lot of old people. You know.
Bill Murray.
Really?
Pat Healy.
I
And
can
then
picture he would play that role good. Actually,
there
It would
was
fit
two
in.
other people that were
But
considered
Matt
as
Dillon
well.
all day in that regard.
You want to take a guess on the other two people?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I can't.
Chevy Chase.
Cuba Gooding Jr. And
Thank God.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn.
Vince Vaughn would have killed it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it.
Cuba.
Last one. Which football star was supposed to play the Brett Favre role, but because he is Mormon, he declined the role?
Fuck, dude.
Who's a Mormon quarterback?
Give you a hint.
Did he have to be a
49ers.
quarterback?
Montana.
No, that's what I was thinking.
Steve Young.
Yeah.
I swear that's where I was going. My
So
mind.
now-
I was like Jerry Rice.
So now let's think of this movie with these new roles: Owen Wilson, Chris Farley, Vince Vaughn. I think that would have been hilarious.
Yeah.
Get
I
the
kind
Owen
of want to
Wilson,
see it.
Vince Vaughn, like the Wedding Crashers before the Wedding
Just
Crashers.
like whenever you mention like this actor was gonna play this role,
I
it
think they
just
just nailed
changes,
it.
and like I think it would have been better.
I agree
I don't
with that.
know that. The movie is a classic as is. I mean, yeah, on paper,
is.
I'd want that cast, but
All
I
right,
don't
so
know, dude.
got
I love
scores.
Matt Dillon though, and
Yeah, I
Ben
think he did
Stiller
great.
is fucking great. So it's like, what are they really gonna do to like up that? Really,
So score-wise,
Chris
IMDb
Farley.
gives it a 7.1 out of 10, and then on Rotten Tomatoes, it's got an 83% from the critics and a 61% from the audience. So pretty range. You got 60s, 70s, and 80s all represented here. What are your guys' scores?
I'll go first. I used to love this movie so much, and then for some reason, this watch I was like, it didn't hit. It didn't feel as funny. I'll give it a 7.5. Just
Oh, it's still pretty high. What would it have been before this watch? Like, what would you...
like it
What'd
probably
you
like low 8s, like 8.2, 8.3. Because dude, Ben Stiller kills it in comedies. Tropic Thunder,
Meet the Parents. Probably my
Like he
favorite.
does a bunch
Starsky
of.
and Hutch. Owen
Yeah,
Wilson.
he's great.
I
But
love
for some reason-
Starsky and Hutch too.
Yeah,
God
this
damn.
movie just didn't hit right like it used to.
I'll just go because I agree with what you said your original score was. This is an 8.3 out of 10 to me. This is one of the better comedies, I think. And better, it's a broad term, but like it's in my top 30, top 50 comedies. It's that top tier. Great.
Okay.
It's a great movie to me. Great comedy,
So this was my first watch.
which is crazy.
And you all were hyping it up last time we were here. So I was going in with some pretty
Hi.
high expectations.
Sorry.
And they definitely did not live up to that. Comedy's the one genre that I think is the most subjective. Like, if
Yeah.
you're not laughing at it, you're not going to like the movie. And I didn't find this movie too funny. There was a couple scenes I was sitting there like, oh, that's kind of funny, but not actually making me laugh. Definitely some cringe moments for me. I hate to do this, but I'm going to give it just a 5. Just borderline, just straight line from me.
If you would have went in with no expectations,
Well,
maybe it would have been a little
I think
better.
kind of what you were hitting, if I would have seen this in 98, 2000,
Yeah.
come back to it now, I think I would have been more on your level. But seeing it for the first time in 2022,
See,
I think
it's
hurt me.
It's been years for me, and that's why I hyped it up so much. So
Yeah, it's
I'll
still
take blame.
it's still a hype for me.
Well, hang on, wait. What was your score? Is it 7
5.
and 8.3?
Yeah.
I wonder what Rodney.
Right, yeah, we should have got him to send a score.
Yeah,
All
we
right,
can
I
do
think
another
Rodney
video,
loves this
all right?
movie. So.
Any additional points? I got nothing.
Yeah. I meant to throw that as a trivia thing. Lynn Shay is the Magna, the grandma like lady, whatever with the weird
Is
tits.
she the lady from Insidious?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. She's in a bunch of shit.
But do you know who her brother is?
No idea.
Her brother is Robert Shay, who started New Line Cinema with and is crucial to Freddy Krueger fame and all that, and that's why she's the teacher in the first Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh, okay. So they got money.
Yeah, like crazy.
That's-
Yeah, Lynn Shay is she's low key a legend. How long she stayed around? She hasn't had like many big roles, but she's known for those reasons. She's legit. Always nice seeing her in a flick. She's over there picking up the couch with one arm and shit.
Where did she take?
Speed.
Yeah, because they tried to give it to the dog and he threw it in her drink. She's like, I'm good.
Solid.
Yeah, it's
Peace.
great
We love
shit.
you.
Architecture, man. Architecture.